Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
I started Amazon Merch in 2019 after I studied. I'm right now 27 years old, so 5 years ago I was 22. So this was really directly after my studying. So the background before this, Amazon is my first business, and Merch is very thankful because when you are a first-time business owner or a business owner who is looking for more passive cash flow where you can say 1 week, okay, I sit back and do something else, Merch is there very thankful. I always call Merch entrepreneurship light because you give the major sales process to Amazon. So also the return stuff, the customer support. Of course, with the sales, you still have to do advertising and all this stuff. But the major things which are just struggling, also like the buying process. Of course, you have a buying process, but a different one because you focus more on designs. But the buying process of the t-shirts itself, you have nothing to do with that. So you can really focus on your core task. So this is why I call this entrepreneurship light. And this is really, really thankful for beginners or people who are not so much or don't have the passion in customer support and all this, which I really don't have this. I just want to focus on my major operative work and on good designs. And for this, Amazon Merch is perfect. One major key experience or learning is hiring people from Asia or hiring people in general, how to be a good leader, but also understanding a different mentality in working. Everybody who has already done something like this will understand this. It's not like, I'm not from Germany. The German work ethic is a bit different than Asian work ethic, and understanding this and how to work with that and how to teach people. Yeah, very, very interesting experience. Then one of the major parts was setting up an efficient process. So when you are there a bit into Excel, Google Sheets, maybe programming a bit, it's very, very helpful. And you have a big advantage in front of your competitors, especially when you are now into computer science and understanding ChatGPT, Midjourney and all this stuff is extremely helpful and a huge opportunity for the future. It's absolutely insane.
So why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
This is easy to answer. I want to answer this in two major points. The first point is this Amazon Merch business is 95% of my personal wealth. And as I'm very young and I don't have a house, I don't have very much fuck off money at the side, this would be my personal anchor of security for the future. You know, and one of the family gets sick or yourself get sick or you just make a break, whatever. Yeah, I want to start a new business. This would be just my personal first fuck off money. I don't want to stop doing online businesses because, you are hearing this, the opportunities are insane. I will still do online business. It will go maybe into the KDP way or whatever. That's the first point. And the second point, I don't want to sell it in a rush. Or let me say the selling is optional. Why? I'm selling on a 44 multiple and it's very broad diversified. So it will be around the return on investment, around 25-30%. And this is an insane number. I have no problem with cashing it out and maintain it with my team, because after 4 years, you have your money back. Yeah, maybe 4.5, or, when you do nothing, of course, the sales will decline a bit. But yeah, the return on investment is just insane. Also, I'm having good established processes, so it's not taking me so much work to maintain it. Yeah, the point is just, I want to focus on a new business, and it takes time to maintain. Even when not much time, but you always have it in your head, I still have to do it there and there and there. The stuff for Amazon Merch, and you cannot have 100% in the focus. And what is the saying? There where you focus on, you have the growth. So that's the point. It's a point of focus. But like I said, I don't have to do this. I have enough work for my designers for the next year. It will not be so much work for me personally to maintain it, but it will be just a focus thing. But I don't have to. I'm personally thinking cashing out with a broad diversification will be a bit better at the end. So when you really see, okay, what is the return on investment? And, after 6 years, I think you have the money back, plus you're having still a good cash flow. So it's a very good deal. In my personal opinion, for me, it's just a point of focus and just taking the risk for the next years. That's my personal thoughts about this.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
This question I would answer in 3 points, because it depends on your strategy. First strategy, cash cow. Do you just take the money out of the business and want to pay back the credit as soon as possible? Yeah, then the cash cow investment works. You don't have the risk of new designers and all this stuff. You just cash out the money. This would be, for example, my strategy if this would not sell. Then I cash it out, because the business is very low valued, 44. Yeah, I already mentioned it, a very, very high return on investment, and pretty sure that after 4 or 5 years, you have the money back. Of course, there's no guarantee because nobody knows what Amazon is doing, or maybe in 6 years, yeah, whatever. But then you still have a solid amount of cash flow that gets on your account every month. So that's pretty cool. This would be the first strategy. The second strategy would be having still your core team and maintaining the business. So the first will take maybe 2 hours. Yeah, because you're just maintaining the ads 2 hours per week, maintaining the ads. So 1 day in a month, that's it. When you want to maintain it, you have a small team of designers and do some checking processes. I think it's 1 day per week. If you want to grow it, it depends. It depends how strong you want to grow it. What other processes do you have? You can make out of this a full-time job. You can also make this a 20-hour job per week. It depends on that what you want.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
Amazon Merch is a numbers game. So having as much as possible good quality designs online at a low price. So teaching my designers AI. This is, by the way, what I'm currently doing, because like I say, selling for me is optional. If it sells, it's good. If not, I will keep it and maintain it. But the future is AI, and you will reduce the cost of designs dramatically. And this is a way, using ChatGPT and AI in combination to grow it. What's happening right now with the 6th version of Midjourney, you can generate text-based designs. You can generate, it gets better and better, and this is the future. And the opportunities are insane, especially with this account. I have a tier 140,000. We have so much space to upload designs. Honestly, I'm doing this right now. Yeah, I'm still running the business like it would not sell. Maybe not the strong focus on it because I'm still working on other opportunities. But my main thing, I would say, is AI. Definitely. If you're in real art, let me say, a real artist. So if you're an artist, you still have the opportunities to say, okay, yes, merch is a numbers game, but when you can do high quality designs and innovate designs in new niches, and which are just aesthetic looking, then you can also go into these niches with a quality strategy. This would be my strategy as well, but I'm not an artist. But I have to say, all my personal bestsellers are higher traffic niches with innovative designs with no AI or something like that. AI is just for scaling. They are selling, but they're selling in the mass. But when you have a high quality strategy, this is still working when you're an artist. This would be an alternative. My personal strategy would be AI, just because you can do so much, even when they are selling 30, 40, 50% less than other designs. You can do a mass of them and flood the market with that. And when you are first with a different style, you're making tons of money. This would be my strategy, and this is right now my strategy. Like I said, I'm not in a rush of selling the business. Maybe it sells, maybe not. Until then, I'm maintaining it with exactly that strategy. Or maybe also the first strategy, also a bit. Yeah. But these are the two best strategies in my opinion.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
I would say it depends on your strategy. So there are general risks and strategy risks. When you have a general risk would be, for example, pricing risk. Amazon cuts the royalties per sale. It happened. I think it was last year, the last time. It's not so much, it was 10%. And there was, before this was 5 years steady. Due to inflation, of course, they also have higher prices in buying the t-shirts and have to pay more for their workers and so on and so on. Of course, this is a risk. But to be honest, Amazon is working for us. Yeah, it's doing the shipping and all this stuff. And I think having Jeff Bezos as a coworker is a very good thing. Yes, the risk is there. If everyone raises the prices on the long period, Amazon has to raise their prices for a t-shirt as well. Yeah, the t-shirt price before printing. This is one thing. The change of the algorithm, of course, is a major thing. You cannot control this. And this is the reason why these e-commerce platforms are so cheap. Depending on the strategy risks are, for example, when you just use it as a cash cow, it's just, okay, the CPC rises a bit. Is it a risk? Yeah, I think it's step-by-step rising. Yeah, it's the history. And it's not super big deal, but it is like it is. The cash flow strategy, there are not so much risks. The real risk happens in maintaining and growing the business. Because every time when you're working with people, there are happening mistakes. So it could be that in the SEO or in the design are some infringing materials. For example, you have in your metadata the word Nike, Adidas, Disney. I mean, my workers I teach, they are not doing this. They are still humans and maybe accidents happen. Or maybe you're using AI and you're making a cute princess design and the AI looks a bit like a Disney princess, whatever. Yeah, and you get problems with Disney. These are the major issues in my opinion, and also for the future. There are still, of course, the currency risk and platform risk if Amazon gets hacked or whatever. But these are not the risk I want to talk about. These are more general risks. But really including for the business is algorithm. And when you are working with people, they are doing mistakes. You don't see them, upload them, and later on, maybe you get terminated for that because you stole someone else's work. This is a risk. And then there is a general risk that selling is, in my opinion, or from my personal knowledge, against the terms of sales. This you have to know. But how big the risk is, I mean, we are here on Empire Flippers and they are selling for years. They can tell you more about this. But you have to know this, that this is officially not allowed in my experience or in my knowledge. And there's also the risk of termination too.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
My goal is to make the transfer of the account as smooth as possible. And my goal is also not to throw you in the cold water. My goal is, okay, that you are satisfied and feel ready to continue the business. Whatever strategy you mean, you say, okay, I'm cashing out, I still maintain it, or I will grow it, whatever. I offer 60 days of support. We can make it with email. We can also make, let me say, a weekly call on Zoom or whatever, that I can ensure that you don't have any questions or that I can transfer you all the knowledge. I also have a lot of assets, like my SEO sheet where you can nearly automate the SEO or make it as efficient as possible. Tons of niche lists, keyword lists, quote lists, which are all very helpful, especially when you think about AI in the future. It's insanely helpful. And I can just say my goal is to answer you all the questions that you have, having there no secrets, that you feel good to continue running the business, whatever strategy you plan to follow.
Got it. And regarding the sale of the business, would you agree to a non-compete?
After I'm selling the Amazon merch business, I am not planning to open a new one. I'm planning to close the business. So to not go on Amazon merch again. Maybe when I one day became a huge famous person, I will make my own merch shops on Teespring. Now, this is a joke. No, I can just confirm I'm not planning to go on Amazon merch again.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
No, I'm not interested into this. This is specific reasons because my goal of selling is to not carry the risk of the account anymore. And this would just not make sense. Yeah, because I would still take the risk. And this is the reason why I want to sell. When I'm still taking the risk, I could still keep it for myself for the future. So yeah, it would not make sense to sell it when I'm still taking the risk. So no, I want to have the amount directly.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
This business, by far, the best risk-reward trade-off. Definitely. Why? I have an extremely broad, diversified catalog of designs. My income is extremely diversified. Yeah, it's not like the smaller accounts. Yeah, I mean, they are a bit cheaper also. Maybe they sell at 36 or something like that. But the risk is they're exponentially higher because they have some designs which are selling, only some designs, but they're not really diversified. So you're having a way more higher risk. Of course, the account has the same general risks, yeah, like the algorithm risk, the fluctuation of traffic. This is on all accounts. This is why these online businesses are so cheap, yeah, because the platform risks are there for everyone and you cannot control this. But in point of income, I think this is extremely diversified, and also the account. So when you see the designs where the money is coming from, these are not some risky designs. Yeah, these are just normal designs where you don't have to have the fear, oh, Amazon has something against it, or I don't want to tell anything bad about other listings, but I also once in a buyer position. It didn't work out at the end, but I also saw multiple accounts, yeah, where, I don't know, they made motocross designs of famous motocross people. Yeah, this you will not find in my account. I'm a German, yeah, and my personal ethic is to be safe. And this is how my account is looking like. Yeah, so you have a good, solid account, broad diversification, multiple assets that I can give you so that you can step in my footprints, yeah, and continue the business. You have the optionality to upload very much because of the high tier that I have. This in combination with AI is a huge benefit and a growing potential. I have a very structured ad account. Also, the ads are very well set up. So a good ad account means that you can save the ranking for a longer period of time. Yeah. So the cash flow is more safe for a longer period of time. Yeah. Say it like that. And all these reasons are why I'm absolutely thinking it's worth buying the account, especially because the future goes more and more to AI. When you have any kind of computer science background and know how to work with Excel, how to work with a little bit kind of programming, this would be also very helpful. I don't have it, honestly, but I teach myself the basic things, yeah, which help me. But yeah, this is the future of the business. You have your all optionalities to upload very much. You have diversified cash flow. You have a good ad account. And beside the risks that in every Amazon account has, the termination risk, the platform risk, the fluctuation of traffic and whatever Amazon is planning to do, this business has the best risk-reward trade-off, in my personal opinion. And it's definitely worth the price. This is the reason why I'm saying I don't have to sell it. I would also maintain it for myself for the next month and years because it is a good account. I don't want to give it someone and say, oh, luckily I sold it, yeah, and this person has now the problems. No, the absolute opposite is the case. If I sell it, it's good. It reduces my own risk in my portfolio because, like I said in the beginning, this account is my net worth. But if not, I'm free to take the risk because I know I have the best risk reward. I have a very good risk reward trade-off here. And yeah, if it sells, congratulations. If not, okay, I cash it out. Also, not a problem.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.